Hello everyone. So today I'm going to do a book review, unit study review. I'm going to talk about these amazing Christian Hero Then and Now series. We've been going through these because we are in a season where our kids are not in co-op and we have some extra time that we can kind of fill in. There are many different ways to read through these books. There are unit studies out there that you can purchase go along with these books. There are big bulk curricula packages that you can get where the book is integrated into the curriculum. But we decided to go with Not Consumed Ministries. So in this video, I am going to give you a flip through with this workbook, as well as talk a little bit about what my experience has been with these books. And so a little bit of a review, and then of course there's some links down in the description box below if this is something that you are interested in. Now, my name is Leilani. I am a former public and private school teacher, and I currently homeschool my 4 wonderful kids. I'm an author, speaker, and I love it tremendously, and I want to share everything that I know with you guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section down below. And of course, you can find me on all the other social media platforms as well. So let me just go ahead and get started with the To Every Nation. Now, I have 4 kids, but only 3 of them are doing this unit study. The oldest one is 14, then I have a 12-year-old, and then I have a 9, soon to be 10-year-old. So it's called To Every Nation. There's 1, and then there's 2. So this is the first one, a study of 12 missionaries and their great God. You can actually do this book without the Christian Then and Now series by itself. It's kind of set up that way. So when you open it up right here, you can see the missionaries that this book in particular covers right here. There is a lesson plan that you can follow if you decide to buy the books. Now, I did a little bit different than their suggestion. I actually did 1 book over the course of 2 weeks. That's what I did. And it worked out really well for us because we spent at least about an hour to an hour and a half of doing that. This actually is going to spread out one of these books over the course of 3 weeks. So it's a little bit more spread out. You can really do it however you want. So here's one of the 12 examples. This is Eric Lindell right here. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you a nice little summary about his life. And it's 2 pages long, as you can see. At the very bottom, they give you a word. Now, this word is going to be pretty much the theme of this character. We always start with reading through the summary together as a family. And then the next page, we're going to answer some of these questions together as a family. So this is a map of the world, and it's going to ask us where his missionary work was mostly done in. They're going to color it. They're going to put a star in the specific spot. They're going to talk about what language. So he's in North China. What's really cool about this book is so far the first 3 are in North China. And so you're kind of staying in that little region. But they talk about the language spoken, the religious beliefs, and then you have to look up the flag of North China. And then at the very bottom, you have some bullet points asking about the facts about the people of North China. So you're getting a little bit of geography in here. And you're learning a little bit about the culture before you even step foot into the actual book, even though you do also get a nice little overview of who Eric Lindell or whatever missionary you're doing right here in the front. Okay, so after you do that, they're going to have the next page, which is going to focus more on answering these questions about Eric Lindell. And, you know, the first one, of course, is Eric Lindell gave an opportunity to win the Olympics in order to honor God. Do you think that was easy to do? And so this is a nice little question, a reflection question. Have you ever given up something fun in order to honor the Lord? So then it's another reflection question. So it is kind of like a devotional. And then down here, read 1 Corinthians 10:31 and make a list of some ways we can honor the Lord. And then one of the ways we can honor God is by telling others around us. And then it says, come back and check them off when you do it. So a couple things that you can do to tell others about the Lord, check them off. So this is kind of like a devotional page. The next 2 pages are going to be copy work. And they're kind of big. if you look at it. So for those older kids, they can write, per line. They don't have to write super big. My kids all write in cursive, and they all just, my oldest son, we do one line at a time, and then of course the 12-year-old does one line. Actually, he does the whole thing, and then my 10-year-old does the whole thing. I mean, it really kind of depends on the child, how you want to do it. Some parents, I have heard that they will actually have their child memorize this scripture as a memory verse for the week. This is actually the same scripture twice. One is from ESV, and one is from King James. We do both of them. And I'll do one for 1 week, and then I will do the other one as the start of the next week. Then after this, we have about Eric Lindell. And this is when you're going to have to use Wikipedia, because sometimes it's really hard to find the answers unless you can find them in this little synopsis that you read a few days earlier. So born, country, region of service, date lived, and what struggles did he face, interesting facts, and in what specific ways did God work in the life of this missionary. Then the very last page in the section, and these, by the way, this is all the same for each and every missionary. Same kind of pattern for each and every missionary, to give you an idea. So this one says make it your mission. It does say choose an extension activity to complete, but it's once again up to you. You can pick two. You can do one, whatever you want to do. And so watch Chariots of Fire. Okay, movie time. Make a model of the flag of China. There you go. And write an essay about China. Be sure to include information about the history, culture, and people of China. And then the very last one is always, what did you learn this week? So I did notice a pattern with these activities that make it your mission activities. So the first one tends to be something that's kind of fun, an activity where you watch a movie or you're writing some verses out. One of them was writing a letter to a missionary. The second one is a craft. So this one actually says make a model of the Chinese flag. We had one where it says draw a picture, create this. So that one's gonna be more like an art craft. And then the third one is gonna be some kind of essay. So you can also play around with that a little bit. Older kids can write the essays, and the younger kids could do like the crafty thing or the fun activity. But I do think it's important that when you're done with this missionary that you take some time to reflect and fill in that bottom portion, whether you dictate it for the younger kids, meaning that they tell you and you write it in, or they write it out, or maybe you write it and they copy it. So you can play around with that. Whatever ability that they're at, do that. So this is how I do it. So I divide the book in half. And so on the first day of the week, I tell them, okay, this is our missionary that we are going to be using. We sit down, we read all of this together. And then we get a little bit of the geography and culture page. We do this together. Sometimes I'll get a YouTube video up and we will watch a video if it's available on this region and about the people and the language to give them an idea. We also have had Chinese food since the first two that we have done have been about China. Why not have some Chinese food? I know it's not authentic, but hey. Then after we do what is China like today, we will start reading this book together, whether we read a chapter together, 2 chapters together. I do try to get all of this done within a 2-hour unit study type block. That's how long it takes me to do that. Sometimes we're able to get to this devotional reflection page that they do on their own. They can replace it for their devotional in the morning or for the day, but they do this part on their own. And then we read during the week. I have them have sessions, an hour of reading a day. Sometimes we'll read it together for an hour where they're just reading. And then also during the week sometime, I will have them do one of these pages of copyworks. So then the following week starts. They're already halfway done with the book. We will then start with doing the copywork. Talk a little bit. I ask them questions, and I'm reading the book along with them, so a lot of these things are fresh in my mind. We'll have discussions about the person. Then we will begin to start filling this out as the week goes by. I do like to have the sheet done on the very last day after they're done with the books, because you're going to be writing interesting facts, and sometimes there's some good interesting facts at the end of the book that you don't want to miss, and just reflection on what did they learn. But on that last week, I do like to do these. So let's say the first day we did the copy work, we did some questions, and maybe we'll make a model of the flag of China and cut it out and do all those things. Or maybe we'll watch the movie together on that first day of the week. The essay will be actually given to them for the older students, will be given to them to do like on Wednesday. They'll get it to me by Friday. On Friday, they will have this completed because they will have the book done, and then they will have the essay and the rest of this done. So it is an experience that we do kind of go through. I really like these. They're not overwhelming. They're simple. You can make them as hard, as easy as you want. This is from Not Consumed Ministries. They're great. There is a link in the description box below. I have pretty much gone through all of their Bible studies at this point. She can't keep up with me or my family. Actually, she's doing pretty good, actually. But anyway, so these books are amazing. And I said I was going to do a review. I've read a few of them, and let me tell you, these are probably, they're so good. Of course, the best one is Gladys that I've read. Hands down. She, in general, just has a really interesting life. She's the missionary that went to China, and she has some troubles getting over there, and they have a really good way of leaving cliffhangers at the end of chapters that make you want to keep reading, and her life is really intense in general. Amazing. That's why so many homeschool curriculum companies will incorporate these missionary books into their curriculum when they're writing them, and that's why they're just popular in general, and they just have so many options. I think I just covered this whole entire review. So let me know if you have any questions about the Not Consumed Ministries or where you could purchase this, which actually I'll leave descriptions down. Also, you are more than welcome to leave in the comment section if you've done this series, what your favorite book was. And if you have used a different type of unit study besides the Not Consumed Ministries. I know they themselves have some unit studies. Or if you've used a curriculum that has incorporated, please share that with us so people can see where some of these resources are also found. So once again, thank you so much. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm here to support you guys. And also check out some of my other social media platforms and follow and like those as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful, wonderful day and season. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.